guys, what is up? It is me, Prince of What Is, and I'm back here with another video. Before we get into it, sorry about any background noise, and I am very aware that most people have wanted this What If the most, but don't get your priorities, like your hopes, a little bit too high, because my style of writing isn't exactly unique, but I'll try my best to entertain you, and I hope you like the second part as much as you like the first part, considering it got 1K views. I also wanted to ask you guys if you have any ways you want me to introduce myself, a few sentences, like not the intro, like the intro with the music and everything, like how I should say hello to you guys before I start a video. If you have any ideas, put them down in the comments, because honestly, I believe everything is basic about my channel. I mean, my name is Prince of What Ifs. That could not be more basic, so help me out. Also, just to point it out, we have officially passed 4,000 public views, meaning that we are closer to being monetized on YouTube. So now all we need is the subs. You guys can help me out by subscribing. Those of you who are watching right now and have not subscribed to this channel, please do so and help me grow. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Let's get right into the what if. After learning that a new team will be taking the test, Naruto goes to sleep, hoping that things will go well. He wakes up the next day and gets ready and then goes out. When he arrives, everyone recognizes him because Naruto passed them all effortlessly, and people like Sasuke are specifically jealous. He goes and sits down staring outside in a very sad manner, and after all the other students are taken by their sensei, who greet and talk to Naruto because of course he has worked with them over the years and knows most of them, they all leave, leaving only Naruto, Sasuke, and Uselessness. After waiting for a while, Naruto goes up and walks to Sasuke and says, "You're Sasuke, right?" Sasuke then says, "Yeah." And Naruto says, "Great, I'm Naruto, so I wanted to give you a tip." Out of nowhere, a kunai gets thrown at Naruto, which Naruto with his fast reflexes deflects it with his own kunai, and Kakashi walks in saying, "You can't tell them anything, Naruto." Obviously, he's referring to the actual meaning of the test, which he cannot let them know or it will be too easy. This confuses Uselessness and Sasuke, as Kakashi then tells Naruto his first impression of the team, which is pretty boring, and then he tells them all to meet him on the roof. Soon after meeting up on the rooftop, same thing happens with Kakashi asking them about their names and aspiration. Sakura goes on some weird mumbo jumbo about nothingness because they can't understand what she's saying and she's blushing for no reason. And Naruto and Kakashi just both think, "Oh god, not one of these people." Sasuke then spoils the mood with his introduction, mentioning that his aspiration is not really an aspiration, but like a goal he's going to reach because he wants to kill someone, and shows kind of like his thirst for revenge. And then we get to Naruto, who says, "Kakashi, you have done this way too many times. All I'm gonna say is, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. Please pass Kakashi's test. This is hell for me." This makes all the other two feel more uneasy, and then Kakashi says that they should come tomorrow with no breakfast, because if they eat, they will throw up, because they're going to be doing like a lot of hard things. Everyone disperses, with Kakashi and Naruto going to Ichiraku Ramen. This is on Kakashi, who is paying, and Naruto goes to have some sleep. As Naruto dozes off, he wakes up to see a gigantic fox in his mind. He's in his mindscape, and the fox isn't snarling this time, but instead is looking down in kind of sadness. Kurama then remarks saying that he resembles his parents a lot and is kind of just sad for mentioning Kushina's name. And then Naruto then asks if he knew their parents, and Kurama says, "Yep, your mom was my vessel." Naruto then asks what his mom called him, and Kurama is very happy, seeing as Naruto didn't turn out like a bad person and kind of has the same attitude that Kushina had and is not afraid of him. Kurama then tells Naruto his name, and Naruto tells him his, even though Kurama heard Naruto's name like as he was being born. And then the two spend time talking like friends and laughing. Soon Naruto pops out of his unconsciousness and realizes that he's a bit late and takes a shower and just quickly dresses up and leaves. And to his surprise, as he's running on the roofs on like the houses, he catches up to see Kakashi, and who is sprinting like towards the area, and he realizes how late he is. They then both head towards the area and arrive and get bombarded by Sasuke and Sakura, who are really mad because they're pretty late. And Sakura is saying, What could have possibly taken you so long to get here? Kakashi with his bullshit excuses says he was lost on the path of life, with Naruto saying, sorry, overslept, I was talking to Kurama. Kakashi then says, you talked to the nine-tailed fox? Tell me the rest later. Kakashi obviously knows this because Kushina wasn't exactly afraid of telling anybody this, and just openly told some people his names who kind of rejected her, but she never really cared. We all know that Elizabeth was pretty positive. Kakashi then explains the rules, saying that the one that doesn't get the bell wouldn't get lunch, but due to his demon genes, Naruto doesn't really need to eat. And as soon as Kakashi declares that they can start, Sakura and Sasuke hide in the bushes, and Naruto rushes at Kakashi, with Kakashi lifting his headband instantly because he knows that Naruto is strong and revealing his Sharingan. Sasuke in the bushes is confused as to why he has a Sharingan and is a little bit pissed. And Naruto is attacking with a full-on assault, with Kakashi completely getting overpowered even though he's actually using his three Tomoe. Kakashi manages to push him away, but he couldn't realize that Naruto had a shadow wrapped around his leg, and he throws him to the sky. This is when Sasuke takes his chance to shoot a fireball, which impresses Kakashi. However, when the fireball hits, Kakashi poofs and appears back down. This is when Naruto uses his shadow step and appearing behind him and kicks him as he rips the bells from Kakashi. Naruto then hands one of the bells to Sasuke and keeps one for himself, and they pass. But only Naruto and Sasuke, because they work together. And in this one, I'm gonna be actually kicking Sakura out because I just feel like this could happen and Kakashi could just say, yeah, hell no, get out. And of course, all she did was just hide in the bushes, so she didn't really need to be in the team. She was practically useless, as is her purpose. So she gets sent back to the academy and is pretty sad. And for the next few days, they had to do work like low-ranked missions because they don't have a Kunoichi and are just like a group of 3, which is not normal. So Hiruzen was thinking of who to put in their team. During this time, Naruto actually was happy because they weren't doing high-ranked missions, so he wanted time to do things and have a break, and also getting to know Kurama because it's been a while since he really chilled out this much because he's been on constant work. And considering how powerful him and Kakashi were as a team, expectations were like on them a lot. Kurama teaches him the Flying Raijin, and by the way, he actually wasn't using the Flying Raijin. The Shadow Step isn't a version of the Flying Raijin. It's just something that this Minato developed as well as learned the Flying Raijin. So Kurama teaches him the Flying Raijin, which he learns pretty quick, but obviously only the basics for now. And at the moment, he tests it out and marks Ichiraku Ramen, and also marks his secret training place, which is like on a mountain, so he can't hurt people. Soon, instead of Naruto asking for a higher rank mission, Sasuke does, of course feeling like they're spending a lot of time doing nothing. And Hiruzen says, you guys need 4 ninjas, including your captain, sorry. Sasuke in anger says, didn't Naruto and Kakashi do missions as a 2-person team? Why do we have to do this? It doesn't really matter. They're with me, aren't they? Hiruzen then says, Naruto is a special case, but for you who basically has no experience, all I can do right now is just make you wait until I find a teammate. But one thing I can give you guys is an escort mission, which is a D rank. Sasuke agrees and Naruto heads off to train before the next day. He practices his dojutsu, which is his mother's eye, and practices like on healing animals and stuff, or just like creatures. He literally hurt himself. Sounds pretty brutal, but do it to get stronger, I guess. And he figured out Kurama's demonic chakra can somehow like help him activate it, but only in one eye. And yeah, he goes to the library and also picks up a few lightning jutsus, which was the lightning body and lightning cutter, aka Chidori, and one fire jutsu, which is the dragon flame bomb. And then he goes to do some chakra control training. The next day, Naruto gets ready and heads to Hiruzen's office and sees Sasuke, Kakashi, and their new teammate, Sai. Yes, I'm putting that psychopath in here, or I guess sociopath. I don't know if I'm using that right. Naruto then says, so, this is our new teammate. Hiruzen then says, yep, this is Sai from Danzo's root core. Naruto then says, oh, that guy, he always creeps me out. He then shakes Sai's hand and hopes that nothing bad happens. Hiruzen then calls in Tazuna, who is somewhat doubtful of the team and is also really drunk, so he looks really annoying, and calls out Sasuke, not Naruto, because even though Naruto is pretty short, he's also the buffest looking person, so like he's pretty huge despite being so small. This angers Sasuke and is close to like going in for a punch when he gets stopped by Kakashi, who reminds him that they're supposed to be escorting him, not hurting him. Sasuke then backs off and they head to the gates, but before they leave, Naruto subtly marks everyone for the Flying Raijin mark so he could keep them safe. And yeah, not that they could all notice, but that's the good thing. That way he can just surprise them or something. As they're taking a path through the forest, Naruto notices the Genjutsu in the puddle and steps in it, making the two demon brothers jump out and aiming for Tazuna. Naruto makes quick work of them, just beating the shit out of them like senseless, and before Sasuke or Kakashi could really do anything, which doesn't really surprise Kakashi considering how much he knows him. Naruto then interrogates the two, only finding out that they wanted to kill Tazuna and they wouldn't say anything else, so he just kills them. This surprises Tazuna and Sasuke because Naruto usually looks like a pretty happy and peppy dude, but he can easily just take someone's life like that and just feel no remorse. Of course, after hearing from Kakashi that this might be a C or B rank mission and not a D rank mission, he scolds Tazuna, and Tazuna then reveals that he couldn't pay for a higher rank mission and that he's actually being hunted, so he had no choice. Kakashi is worried but thinks that they'll be fine because, well, they have Naruto and himself, and so they start moving again. After a while, Kakashi, Sai, and Naruto hear an object heading for him, like on their direction, and Naruto brings down Sasuke, and Kakashi brings down Tazuna, and Sai dodges by himself, and a sword flies over them and just heads into a tree and plants into it, with Zabuza landing on it and emanating a lot of bloodlust. Zabuza then says, "Hand over the bridge builder." Kakashi then tells Naruto to jump in if things get bad, but for now he should stay with the two and protect Tazuna. Sorry about that. Kakashi and Zabuza fight, and even though the two were pretty even, Kakashi even like showing his like Sharingan and revealing that he's the copy ninja, he still gets caught in the water prison jutsu and in the same situation. And as soon as this happened, Naruto, using his Flying Raijin jutsu, appears behind Zabuza and kicks him in the back, allowing Kakashi to be free, and Naruto then helps Kakashi to land. And notices that Zabuza is heading towards the others. Now, unknown to Zabuza, when Naruto kicked him, he actually marked him as well with the Flying Raijin mark, and appears in front of him and throws a punch infused with the Shadow Gauntlet. However, Zabuza blocks it with his demon sword, and it slightly cracks, and Zabuza is pretty pissed and kicks Naruto away, and then creates a water dragon and throws it at him. Naruto then smirks and says, "You shouldn't have done that." He then summons Lost Vein and slashes at the jutsu and reflecting it back at him 4 times the power. Zabuza's eyes widen and realizes how much he's fucked up and gets hit by it and then gets blown to the sky. This makes Sasuke open his mouth in like just amazement, but also realizes the gap in their strength. However, Sai smiles with an interested look, kind of looking a bit creepy. And after the mist just starts to clear and dissipate, they all see a barely standing Zabuza who was filled with rage, and Naruto, wanting to end it really fast, envelops his body with his armor made of shadow and is about to attack when Senbon hits Zabuza in the neck and then he falls to his death. Haku then says that he is an Anbu who was tracking Zabuza, and Naruto undoes his armor and looks at Haku with murderous aura because he suspects that she's lying. He doesn't know that he's a he, and but then he just stops looking at him and puts on a fake smile, and instead plays it like it's nothing and it's fine, and like he's completely believing him. Haku then leaves with Zabuza and is sweating bullets from Naruto's immense bloodlust and intimidating aura. We cut back to the group arriving at the village with Naruto carrying Kakashi, and they all see the village is just in, and it's really sad. They arrive at Tazuna's house and they let Kakashi rest, and Naruto heads out to train. When he gets far enough, he then creates 2 clones using Lost Vein, not using the Shadow Clone Jutsu. and starts fighting them. And the clones are using shadow armor and are fighting him like they're about like to just go in for the kill. And soon Naruto senses not just Sasuke but Sai watching him. He then tells the clones to stop and calls out Sasuke and Sai, and even though Sasuke steps out, Sai is already gone due to already being found out, and he doesn't want to reveal that he was actually watching it even though it's already obvious. So he just leaves. Sasuke, having already stepped out, asks Naruto to fight him, and Naruto just bluntly says, "You're too weak, you'll die if I go all out." Sasuke then throws a fireball at Naruto in anger and in frustration, and when the fire hits him, he poofs into a log and appears in front of Sasuke, smiling and says, "Let me rephrase that. You're weak right now, but I can help you get better. So don't get so agitated." He does this while flicking him on the forehead, which makes him shed a tear, and he accepts Naruto's help, and Naruto starts training him in chakra control. Of course, if you guys didn't get that, the reason why he shed a tear is because he kind of reminded himself of Itachi, because Itachi did like the forehead tapping thing, and Naruto did the exact same thing, but this time it just seemed very genuine. Not that he doesn't know that Itachi actually still loves him, but you get the point, and he's feeling pretty nostalgic right now, but he's not sad anymore and is a little bit more elevated. And that's actually where I'm gonna leave it off. I hope you guys like this. Like I said, don't have too many high expectations, but still enjoy it. I hope you guys have a pretty good day. Stay safe. Don't go outside and do stupid shit. Wear masks, all that jazz. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's just keep going. Let's just keep reaching higher. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.